All right, let's do it. Let me just introduce the Volta team once again. So we have a Navy Scorpion, two Sleipnirs. So Volta bringing that Sleipnir comp that Basilisk was so dead set against, coupled with an Orthrus, Jackdaw, two Sveeples, and two Manticores. What have Odin's Call brought?
They've brought drakes. They've brought drakes. I'm just double checking what missiles they've got. I think those are the heavies. Yeah, that's the ham. I can never tell between those two, but yes, Serbs and Drake navies and Jackdaws for light missiles as well. So shield missile comp, hell yeah.
So that means that 2/3 of the matches in this grand final have featured Drakes of some description. That's wild.
Okay,
And
I
let's
believe those
see.
are heavy missiles. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it looks like already we see the teams just scattering, the scimitar of Volta burning back away from those Navy Drakes, and
Oh, look
the
at the
Drakes
simple.
themselves are burning away from that Sweeple that is just charging in about them. He's ready. He's ready to go. He's ready to fight.
That's ballsy, man. When you got
Oh, he's
exactly
down. Yeah.
three Serbs, three Drake navies, and two Jackdaws. That is a lot of volley. They could
Yeah.
have timed that and just obliterated. That was.
Well,
was a
there's a lot of ships moving very quickly towards the boundary of the arena, though. Scalpel's turning around right now, but he got out just past 100 kilometers. TikTok Toxic and his people there taking a bit of damage, but it looks like Planet 6 in the center managing to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Yokan in the Drake Navy is taking a lot of damage now from
The
those
Sleipnirs
Sleipnirs in
are
that
in.
Scarp Navy. Yeah, they're in about it now.
Yeah, they were already in the ball, and it's kind of funny. Like, obviously, the Fly Killer team is just running for their life, but the Sleipnirs are just following and chasing him. It's a lovely, like, crazy chase because the Sleipnirs are as fast as the guys they're chasing.
I mean,
Orthrus of yours might getting pounded, but I'm not sure why they're going for that. Orthrus, he's a mile away when you got two Sleipnirs on your face.
it feels like that Sweeper was his job was just to suicide and slow down something enough for those Sleipnirs to get in and start causing havoc, and he did that job. It didn't last very long, but he did manage to slow something down. Both Drake navies though taking a lot of damage. One into armor, the second also into armor now as well. Those two scalpels are going to have real struggle to keep him alive. Urs Blank though, and that Arthur's being kept alive like an expert by Planet 6 there in that scimitar, and I think both Drakes might about to die at the same time.
Point, the Orthrus of yours Blake was still being target paid until just recently, so they were still trying to kill this guy. Meanwhile, the Drake Navy's just been destroyed by the two Sleipnirs, and again at point blank. They needed at least to try and tackle those guys off rather than just utterly ignore them. But I mean, I guess you have to make your choices as your second Drake Navy pops.
Yeah, Planet 6, though, burning through those charges in his ASB, he is still struggling to tank here. The damage coming in from this Fly Killer comp is high, especially in bursts. And there you go. He's down in, he's got a few bursts left, maybe two, maybe three. Now, there you go, he's down. So now the Volta team have no logistics. Meanwhile, those two scalpels, maybe one scalpel very soon, are still alive. So still a lot of damage coming from that team. It's could still go either way, especially with losing that logistics ship there.
Exactly that, yeah. Because that logistic ship went down. That changes so much. Let's get the Scorp Navy. He's probably just been sitting. And the Scorp Navy's been chasing.
Yeah, Manticores, both Manticores. There you go, huge. That is
Elite.
a good
Yep.
choice there for the Fly Killer team to remove those Manticores because they were just doing chunks of damage to that Drake Navy issue. That's best part of 1200 DPS just removed in about like what 4 or 5 seconds. TikTok Toxic in that people now struggling as well. The Volta team need to kill the Scalpels, I think probably, and maybe the Jackdaw, and then start focusing back on the heavy stuff.
Yep, Jackdaw goes down. I'm actually curious why the Scorp Navy is bothering to chase. He's got cruisers. He could just sit at zero in the middle of the arena and shoot everything. But he's been Michael Warp driving around trying to chase this follicular comp, which is quite amusing.
Yeah, can we just talk about how long Erd Void Daughter in the scalpel has stayed alive? He has been in Hull for a long time, just holding on,
Yeah.
holding on. Those two scalpels have been doing absolute amazing work. The longer they stay alive, the harder it is for the Volta team because they have to keep shooting them. And with one Jackdaw down, that is going to be even harder to kill. Now. Although they've switched targets to Gideon, can't the Orpheus might be able to finish him off? There you go. So one scalpel down, that means the second one will be a lot easier to kill now. This is still go either way.
And that's why they wanted the Orthrus dead, so they couldn't remove their support. But the Orthrus is now still alive in Hull. Second Scalpel goes down. So now they're Lodulus, and this Orthrus can hit at long range. So can the Scorp Navy. The Scorp Navy can hit effectively everything in the arena. And that now, honestly, is not looking too good for Odin's Call. They sure have a lot of DPS and 3 Serbs and a Drake Navy, but you have to eat through a Scorpion Navy.
Yeah.
That is never a fun task.
Yeah, and that Jackdaw is the only thing that can really chase down that Arthurus now. But even still, I don't see that happening. The Drake Navy of Melinda possibly about to go down here, still just clinging on a little bit of Holly HP. Annie Gardet boosting in his Sleipnir. He will go down as well. So then it will basically be down to Control Freak and Theronth. and Urs blank to try and kill the remaining three Serbs and a Jackdaw. Annie holding on for dear life though. He's probably boosting on cap at this point because the boosts are a lot smaller. This still could go either way. This is still super close.
Drake Navy going right to the edge of the border, just trying to get any respite as he can, going into like very low hull. He's about to go pop. There he does. He pops at 123, by the way. He went as close to the border as you could get with Annie Gardet. Now low hull. Oh, never mind. Service got deleted. He
Wait, boundary.
He boundaried. Yeah, one of the services there.
Oh.
Nicole just boundaried, unfortunately. You got too close to the sun. Do you know what? If he'd stayed alive, three Cerberuses.
They have shots. Yes, they have a chance if they had three Serbs.
Killing the Scorpion Navy would have probably been tough, but they maybe would have been able to get the Orthrus and the Sleipnir down and then kite away and win on points. But by boundarying there, then that's it. Basically, two Serbs. I think you have to kill the Scorp Navy now.
I believe if they had the three, I'm just doing like rough maths in my head. All they had to kill was the Sleipnir to be ahead. But now they've got two left. They have to kill the Sleipnir and the Orthrus to maybe get ahead. But that's not going to happen. Cerberus is being pounded. He literally cannot go anywhere in the arena to avoid the Scorp Navy. And yep, straight into low hull.
I mean, let's give some big credit here to Odin's Call. That was a very good performance. Flying kiting ships in an arena is incredibly difficult to do because of that spooky boundary. Some pilots are more acquainted with it than others. Of course, getting blown up by it on a semi-regular basis. But for those of you who've never been in a tournament, if you get more than 125 kilometers from the center, then the game just explodes you automatically. You have no save; it just happens. And in a kiting setup where you have to fly around and try and stay away from stuff, you're clicking a space and you're moving around. It's very, very easy to not notice which direction you're moving and how fast you're moving, and that arena is fast approaching.
Yeah, they did fly really well. I was actually going to say, just before that Cerberus boundary, was that they were flying real close to the arena and doing it really well, just trying to buy distance away from the Sleipnir and the Scorp Navy. Unfortunately, like Icarus flew a bit too close to the sun, but until that point, they were really like edging it out just perfectly, as you expect pilots like these guys to do.
Yeah, and the thing is though, it looked to me, I zoomed the camera out when I saw him passing around 120. It looked like he was slowing down and turning. So he was trying, I think he'd realized where he was. He was trying to kind of like pull it back in. And the number ticked up super slowly. And I thought he was going to pull it off at 124, and then it just ticked to 125 and he disappeared. So unfortunate for him. But it looks like V0LTA winning the first of the EVNT Alliance Tournament Open Practices. Prizes will be given. I forget what they are. They're not massive, but they are cool little participation prizes. Control Freak doesn't get one, unfortunately, which is a shame for him. But great match overall there. So yeah, let's toss it back to the arena.